Hello everyone, welcome to the Redmen TV. It is the team news reaction show, and I may be lying to you because we haven't got any team news right now, but I am here with Errol to talk about this game. We are live on Twitter, we are live on YouTube, and we will be here for the watch along. Errol, how fucking excited are you to watch Liverpool win a game of football?
Oh, to watch us win a game of football? Very excited. I was about to say, you seem very excited for a man that hasn't seen us win a game of God knows how long. But you hyped it. We need hype men like you right now in the football world, Chris Pajak. So yeah, I am excited because I expect us to win tonight. Expectations are high.
Expectations are high, and if you want to join us, come over youtube.com/the Redmen TV. We will be here all night long.
All night.
Yeah, I'm not doing that again. Mainly just because I can't sing. And you did it really well. I was like, well, we're not going back to me, are we? I need you to carry on. So come over to join us on YouTube. YouTube.com/the Redmen TV. Promises to be a good night, whether the Reds are good or the Reds are shit. So yeah, thank you very much. Before we get into the team news reaction, before the team is out, we've got a sponsor today, and that sponsor just happens to be a Manchester City fan. Well, he's not. It's Beth Victor, but the person talking just happens to be a Manchester City fan who doesn't like Trent AlexanderArnold, but he says that he does. So check this out.
But if what's happened with Trent, because he looks like it's not necessarily what he chooses to do with the ball, but he's decision making and positioning seems to be all over the shop. And I don't know if there's this weighty narrative around him now that may or may not be fair, but there's something going on there. What do you make of his performances recently?
I think some players are naturally gifted defenders and they love doing the hard work, and some players are a bit Hollywood, and Trent is a world-class talent as a footballer, as an all-round footballer. What he can do, with his right foot, the ability to drive the ball in. We saw that cross against Barcelona in the Champions League. He's an unbelievable talent. He's not an unbelievable right back. I wouldn't start him for City. He's not defensively good enough. Liverpool obviously have built a system around him where he gets protection from Henderson back in the day, or whoever that is, James Milner. But his long-term future at Liverpool, if it relies on the system fitting him, that's not a long-term approach that I think is viable for Liverpool. He has to improve defensively, and he has to be able to. Liverpool have to be able to count on him when times are hard to do the basics and not be Hollywood and be a Gary Neville type as opposed to a Cafu type. That's just the reality of it, and I think he's still a fantastic player, but defensively, he did get fouled out again yesterday.
There you go. Boovy trying to be nice about Trent AlexanderArnold, but also being very annoying about Trent AlexanderArnold. So yeah, if you want to go over and watch the full show, it is good. Paul's on there, just murdering people. Not actually murdering people, but murdering people. So yeah, go over there. It's youtube.com/BetVictor. It's the last fan standing show. If you just want to Google it, link is in the description. Thank you so much for Bet Victor. Right, it's team news reaction, Errol. It is Liverpool. It is Rangers. It's at Ibrox. It's away from home. It's a chance, surely, to just go to the board. The team is out. The team is out. We're going to get over there. What are we going to do?
That team for us.
I'm going to read out the team. We've had a word. Everybody's had a word by now of what we think the team is going to be. So, it is exactly right. Oh, no. Take Jota out and put Carvalho in.
Ooh.
And I think you can then run through the team, and we'll do the subs in a second.
Right, so we looks like we've got Alisson in goal then. Joe Gomez is taking over Trent's position, seeing as Trent is actually injured at the moment. Kanate there is going to partner with Virgil van Dijk. Tsimikas holds on to that left-back position for the time being there because Robbo's not quite ready to come back into the squad. Looks like it's going to be a double pivot of Fab and Henderson, with Elliott taking Salah's place. Núñez remains up top. Firmino and Carvalho there, as Pajak has just said, replacing Jota. Subs-wise, how are we looking?
We've got Adrian, we've got Kelleher, we've got Thiago.
Okay, yeah.
We've got Milner.
Got him.
Salah.
Yeah, got it.
Jota.
Got it.
Robertson.
Yes, he's down here somewhere.
Wow, go ahead, lads.
Robbo makes the bench.
Bajcetic.
He makes the bench as well.
Nat Phillips.
And so does Nat Phillips.
So no Kurt Jones, I don't think, and I think we're all right apart from that then, mate. So,
Awesome.
Errol, first and foremost, stay at the board, by the way, Joe.
I will do.
Errol, for you, this could be a three-man midfield. Or it could be a double pivot. The rumoured team had Jota in, so we all kind of assumed it was a 2-man midfield.
Yeah.
If it's a 3-man midfield, where are you going with it?
If it's a 3-man midfield, that makes it a little bit harder because essentially what you're probably asking is this, if it's a 3-man midfield of sorts.
Oh my God, I was going to say, you're doing my OCD in here, lads. Fucking straighten, have some fucking respect. I know they've not been good, Errol.
I mean,
But straighten the lads up, come
they're
on.
not too bad. They're not too bad. That'll do them. If it was a 3-man field, that's how I'd be looking to line up there, with Carvalho probably dropping in on that left-hand side. I think it's probably a bit too much to ask for Carvalho and Elliott to basically be covering on that right flank and having to pick up that workload there and that slack. So maybe having one on each side. Maybe then Núñez has to go to that left-hand side as well. But I know a lot of people had made comparisons to his games last season, coming in off the left-hand side and performing pretty well. And then obviously sticking Bobby back in that false 9 position is probably how I would look to line up if it was going to be 4-3-3. What are your thoughts, Chris?
I like it, mate, to be honest with you. Although I imagine Klopp would probably kind of go with Bobby from the left, Núñez up top, maybe. Could we have a look at that?
Yeah, absolutely. So Bobby from the left here.
He's done it before, Annie. I know he's not very good at it, but he has done it.
Yeah, no, he has. And I think the one thing that would probably benefit here is the fact that he'd be able to help this man on this side. I think in terms of the work rate, that is probably a better work rate ratio for me than Núñez. I can't see Núñez coming all the way back and helping covering Tsimikas, where I know full well Bobby will cover every single blade of grass as long as it's not in the box. He's allergic to the box. But no, all jokes aside, I think that would probably be a better workout ratio in terms of a little bit of extra legs on that left-hand side for us. So I'm comfortable with that, comfortable.
If it is 4-2-3-1, as it were, how would you line it up?
4-2-3-1, I would have to stick Bobby. No, I'd have to stick Núñez through the middle. It'd be Bobby there, and then obviously the double pivot coming in at Fab and Hendo. So I would keep Elliott on that right-hand side. Núñez would then go as the more basically back to basics kind of number 9. Just get yourself in there, be a target man, be a nuisance within the box. And then Bobby obviously there, covering and probably picking up as an extra man in midfield as and when needed. But we've already had that conversation. He's quite happy to cover extra space on the pitch for us where he has to. So yeah, I think Bobby would probably be the ideal number 10 in that position. And then you ask, the only thing for me on this formation with this lineup is you're asking an awful lot from Carvalho and Elliott, because ultimately I think everything would come right through the middle. You want some sort of width, you want some sort of threat on the wings. Are these two lads in this position going to be able to give us enough of that? I know when the one time Carvalho played in this position, before we brought on Jota, I can't remember what game it was, I think I did the watch along as well, which shows how bad my memory is. He didn't get much action in the first half of the game and he was brought off at half time. I think it might have been the other end.
Was it Brighton?
It would have been. So yeah, I think that is probably the only question mark at the moment. Do they have enough of a threat down the wings, these two young lads? We've seen Harvey Elliott do it in spurts, but is he going to be able to step up and be able to do it tonight? Because I think Rangers are going to be pretty physical. I expected them to be a lot more physical last week than they were, so I'm expecting them this week to really go for it and try the best.
Okay, brilliant there, Errol, mate. You can come back at your sexy ass back in that seat. Apparently the wrong seat. We've got the Club Legend Disco, Kieran, Steve Ryder, fuming that we're in the wrong seats about this. You're talking about OCD, get in the right seats.
It's a very valid point.
There's loads of people in the YouTube saying exactly the same. There's a lot of people actually, Errol, in their YouTube comments. I can see Reece Burns in there. It's Kevin Wong's in there, and a few others. Paul City Rocker saying 4-4-2. Yeah. If it's 4-4-2, I suppose it's Bobby Firmino, Núñez up top, Elliott from one wing, Carvalho on the other. The thing is here, I don't know what we're planning for, Errol, right now, and like we've got City on the horizon. Are we going to change the formation today and then change it back again against Manchester City? That seems a bit silly. Yeah. Or are we resting players like your Thiagos, your Salahs, obviously for City? So what, like with City in mind, what do you think we're going to do here? Because it seems mad to go to a 4-4-2 for just a game.
Well, it would be, but this is the third game that we've drawn for it now, or it looks as if we've drawn for it, you know what I mean, in a row. And I think we're probably best keeping it that way now. I think the 4-3-3 is the players have let the system down, is my stance on it, because we've seen the system work 5 out of 6 years so far. So the fact that it's not working so well or to its optimum potential this season says to me that the players are actually letting the system down. It's not necessarily the system. So I think the fact that Klopp's been brave enough to say, do you know what, after the international break, I think it was the Brighton game, he's like, right, I'm just going to change it and just see how this goes. And we know we didn't get the result that we wanted, and we know first game in October, there was plenty of football to be played. But to me, it indicated that this potential system was one that he was going to work with a couple of lads on to try and get the best out of them. And when I say the best, I'm talking about the likes of Núñez, maybe getting someone like Jota and Firmino more minutes in a more of a number 10 role or coming off the wing. Obviously, nobody could have seen the incident and the injury to Diaz the other day. So that's probably going to hamper us a little bit, but I don't see him turning his back on this formation only after 3 games of playing it so far. No. I think if this is the 4th game with us going into it now, I think he has to stick with this for at least till, I'd say now, until the World Cup. This is his World Cup formation. I think
you're right. I think it is like a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-2-4, and that's why I don't think it'll be that 4-4-2 that was mentioned in the comments, because it would seem mad to go to a 4-4-2. Also, with the greatest of respect, and the game's not been played and stuff, going 4-4-2 against Rangers just seems a little balmy.
Yeah.
Just a little mad. We're better than them. We know we're better than them, even when we're crap. We beat them last week.
Yeah, no, we did. And it was comfortable as well. Like, until the last 10 minutes, they didn't really look to cause us a lot of rest. I think they made a couple of subs in the last 10. And that was
88th minute, like Alisson makes a good save from the corner, and Chimikas makes that one. Chimikas makes the one over the bar, doesn't he?
But aside from that, that was it in the whole course of the game. And I think that was because, and again, it was too early to say, is that credit to us and how we played on one night, or is that how poor Rangers have been? I think this is probably going to be the acid test for what the ceiling is for this potential formation. Is this a formation that makes us look a little bit more compact overall and able to still pack a punch, or is it one where, you know, there's still going to be gaping holes in the defence and teams are still going to be able to exploit it? And when I say teams, almost any man and his dog can exploit it at the moment. But you get what I'm saying, though, because Rangers are the best, so if they can get through, they get through. But we did have a members chat from Michael McGuinness. I think Michael's tuned into a couple of these when we've been doing the late shows. He said he's working again tonight, so I'm listening to you guys as it is, but you never walk alone. Absolutely, mate. Thank you.
NWA, thank you so much for that one. Couple of things we've got to talk about before the game, obviously, in about an hour and a quarter's time. Now, Napoli are beating Ajax 2-0 at half time, so that bodes well for us. Napoli will go to 12 points. Ajax, I think, are on 3. Are Ajax on 3 points?
Yeah, because they won the first game against Rangers and haven't won since. Yeah. Got beat by us and then beat on the bounce by Ajax so far anyway.
So if we can get a win tonight, that will put us 6 points ahead of Ajax with 2 games to play. So we'd only need a draw against them. And we're through in the Champions League, which is obviously pretty decent. So fingers crossed Napoli can continue to pump Ajax everywhere tonight, much like they did last week. That's massively important. Obviously, we've got to keep our eye on that over the next sort of 45 minutes or something. But question I wanted to ask you, mate, obviously big changes tonight. We've got 1 in Canate, 2 in Fabinho, 3 in Elliott and 4 in Carvalho.
And Bobby, because Bobby's getting brought in as well, isn't he? He didn't make it
on. Did Bobby not make the start?
He didn't start in Arsenal,
of course he was brought on. So 5 changes. Who needs to perform tonight for Errol? Don't say all of them. I can't go with it.
Right. It's too early. For me, I really want to see a defensively stable performance. So Gomez and Canate. I don't think Gomez. Well, I know for a fact Gomez isn't going to offer the offensive, performances that we've become accustomed to from Trent, and that's fine. What we need right now is some defensive stability, and we need the likes of him and Canate. Because for me, the forward options look great on paper. To say, oh yeah, it's nice to have these young lads getting a game and stuff like that, and that's great, but it's not really high stakes for them in tonight's game. And I say that in the sense that they can underperform and Núñez could pop up with a 1-0 winner and it's all good. Or Bobby could pop up with a brace and it's all good and we breeze through to the next game. However, if Canate and Gomez don't perform or underperform against Rangers, they're going to be likely to face fucking City on the weekend, mate. And if their confidence isn't there, that is where I'm going to start to struggle to have any confidence that we'll get anything out of that City game.
Have you got confidence that we're going to get something out of the City game?
We can upset City. I think Guardiola knows
Mate,
that
Liverpool are upsetting me.
They
can upset everyone.
They can upset everyone. But Guardiola, he might overthink it. He might do something, he might do something daft that we just don't expect him to do. Or City might it might just be their turn not to turn up for one game. They drew 0-0 yesterday. When did they ever fire a blank? So they fired it this week, so they probably won't fire it twice in a week. Like, do you know what I mean? Lightning doesn't strike twice and all that. But I think defensively, I'd rather see Rangers go for it a little bit more, and us just be able to deal with the pressure, not crumble under it, not look too easily exposed. Because that to me would mean a lot more than Carvalho bagging a brace or Elliott, because they're going to come in and out. Whereas those other two lads that I've just mentioned, they're probably going to be the ones that we rely on. I think that's the way to
look at it. I mean, I want to see a performance out of Fabinho, because he's not given us one this season so far.
That's a very, very good shout. Very good shout. Yeah.
Same with Jordan Henderson. I want him to step up. He's not winning anywhere near his absolute best, and you could say that about Virgil van Dijk. But I think my thought process is exactly the same as yours. Yeah. I want the lads who we're going to be relying upon week in, week out to step up. Yeah. I mean, Harvey Elliott's been brilliant this season. He's been one of our best players.
He's already stepped up and proved he can cut the mustard as and when needed. I don't expect him to do it for 3 months, 4 months on the bounce, on the spin, week in, week out. That's not, at this moment in time, what is required of you as a player for playing for Liverpool anyway. And in this Jurgen Klopp team, as it should be, that's not what is required of you. But the Konates, you're meant to be, a deputant, or be able to deputise Matip or Gomez. And Gomez, you're meant to be saying, I should be in that back four every week anyway.
Yeah.
I need those level of performances.
100%, mate. So you find some comments for us if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
We've got a few minutes left of this one. Red Viking 96 in our club legend Discord says, back to basics tonight. Cut out the daft stuff. Let's just win. Yeah, Liverpool need to stop the nonsense, don't they? Yeah. I think that's what Liverpool needs to do.
Get streetwise again.
Steve Ryder says we need to change Redmen's system by kickoff. We need Errol on the right and Pajak on the left. Errol is on the right and Pajak is on the left, Steve, so you need to work on your perspectives, my friend. So yeah, I'm going to stick to that. But thank you for joining us again, as always. Stay on.
Simon Cook says results are required tonight. We've also got Danny Up the Red says it does look like it's going to be a 4-3-2-1. Motorset Ali says this team scares me, to be honest. Carvalho and Elliott contribute nothing defensively. Shouldn't play them both, and this is a must-win game. People are surprised that there's no Ramsey on the bench. We've got a couple of other people in the chat basically saying it's going to be, more says it's a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, Chris, huh?
4-1-2-1. Oh, we're going pure proper footy manager, championship manager, 4-1-2-1-2. Klopp's even drawn the little lines out to cover the wing and the lad in the middle going up. I love that. That is a proper CM reference.
Here is an interesting take though, and I think I kind of get where I'm probably going to be able to guess what your answer to it is. But he says, glad there's no Salah starting tonight, to be honest. I don't think he needs the rest. He needs a reality check at Anton_14A. What are your thoughts on that? Is it a rest for Salah tonight?
It's got to be a rest. It's got to be. The lad's played like, it feels like every minute of every game, doesn't it? He never does.
At the dawn of time.
Yeah. So for me, he's got to be rested. We need him for Manchester City. You can see there that the two lads that are sitting out this game that are the most important for us are Thiago and Salah.
Yeah.
Those,
and I'd even throw Jota in that mix as well.
Absolutely. They're the lads who,
because he could have went Jota. Yeah, 100%. Because he could have went Jota, started Jota today, and then brought Bobby on, given Bobby's form, and you think, we'll bring Bobby on.
Like you. I don't expect anything out of Carvalho and Elliott.
No,
but Carvalho's really excited me this season. I think he's been, in those short little bursts, he scored a couple of goals and stuff like that. I think he's been really, really exciting. So I want to know what type of a player he is. I want to get more of a feel for who he is as a footballer. When he plays on that left-hand side against Brighton, I don't think he did anywhere near enough. No. So if it's time to do it again, he's got Rangers. The opposition's probably nowhere near as good as Brighton, with the greatest of respect to Rangers.
I don't think most of us in that first half were very good against Brighton, if I'm being honest.
No,
I think we didn't do him any favours. We didn't offer him any service. It was clear as soon as Diaz came on, that first goal is because he gets to drive. He never got the opportunity to do that in the first half, so I think you're 100% spot on there.
Absolutely. So there you go. That has been the team news reaction. It is me. It is Errol, back in circa 52 minutes or something for a watch along. That was probably terrible maths, but it's there or thereabouts. We'll be back about 1:45, I think. It's the live watch along. It's Rangers, it's Liverpool, it's Pajak, it's Smith. Did you know my mother's maiden name's Smith?
Is it?
Yeah. No, we may be related.
We could be. The glasses. It's the glasses. My guy.
There you go, the smart genes in the family. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you in about 51 minutes time. Ta-ra.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that show. Did you know Redmen Plus subscribers get access to their exclusive Facebook group? Yes, there is a Redmen Plus subscribers group on Facebook just for them. So if you want to get involved with like-minded Reds and avoid the idiots on Twitter and normal Facebook and all that, yeah, sign up to Redmen Plus, enter your username as you sign up to the Facebook group, and you'll get access